heading home.
How excited are you?
Super excited.
A nationwide animal adoption effort that started here in Irving brings big results that will touch the hearts of pet lovers. We are covering Clear the Shelters. Back to school.
We've been working since Friday with fabulous volunteers working very hard to get everything ready.
A huge team of volunteers works to provide students in need with what they need to start the school year. See the turnout at Supplies for Success. Birthday boy.
Oh, happy birthday.
Everybody loves Ritter. He's the epitome of the friendly dog.
Ritter has a big party for his 3rd birthday, and we are sharing the tales of why this dog is worthy of such a big celebration. Plus, the touching story of how donors are paving the way for a remarkable student's career dreams, and how you can be among the first to set up a tea time at the new Irving Golf Club. Now on City Source. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. Tens of thousands of animals are in new homes following the massive nationwide pet adoption effort called Clear the Shelters. Across North Texas, people adopted more than 7,000 new pets. Brett Wheeler has our coverage from Irving's Animal Care Campus.
It's time once again to clear the shelters.
You ready to go home?
And people waiting in line are excited to add a furry friend to their family. How excited are you?
Super excited.
This adoption event is hands down the biggest of the year for hundreds of animal shelters across the country. And it all started right here in Irving.
The shelter runs pretty full for a good portion of the year, so this event really gives us an opportunity to get some of these animals great loving homes and free up some space for other animals that need our help.
This is no longer a local event. This is no longer a North Texas event. This is a national event, all because of Corey's vision.
70 shelters regionally, and I think about 1,100 nationwide that are doing this full-day adoption fee waived event, trying to get as many animals out of the shelters as we can.
We're really excited about what it does and the fact that we were able to take a leadership. When I say we, I mean the people that work here. I mean, we're very, very, very fortunate to have the staff we have and the volunteers we have, because they're the ones that really make this happen.
Dozens of potential pet parents arrive bright and early to make sure that they find the right fit for their home.
It's always to get them adopted, but also get them adopted to the right families. We want to make sure that they go to a loving home.
We lost our cat, that was her cat, and so this makes it where we can afford to get another kitty to keep her company.
I picked out Fran.
This is a great program. I'm so glad that all these people do what they do for the pets. Hope everybody gets what they want.
Well, I saw his picture online first, and I love German Shepherds. I always have. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, I want to go meet this dog. So I came in yesterday, and then they told me I didn't even know Clear the Shelters was today.
We have a big boy at home, and we're looking for another dog for him. And we just think she would be the perfect match for him.
And while some here know exactly what they're looking for,
Something to go with our little Boston Terrier. She need a friend.
others,
Oh, who are you getting?
I don't know.
but no matter what the strategy, all of these families have one thing in common: giving these pets a loving home. And that's exactly what Brittany Bursey and Jasmine Barnes want for their family, as they met this little pup named Bouncy.
And what are you excited most about getting the dog?
Oh, bring her home. We have 2 little girls too, so it's gonna be a surprise for them.
They say that this surprise has been a long time coming, and with this special adoption event, there was no better time to bring one home.
They've been asking for probably about the past year.
So excited.
I have to videotape it. They're probably gonna cry.
As they get the paperwork squared away, it's time to introduce their daughters to their new 4-legged friend. You can feel the excitement for what was about to happen.
Okay, you can take them off. 1, go!
Bouncy now has a new name
Decided Lily's gonna be her name.
and isn't afraid to show her excitement.
What do you guys think?
It's good.
The dog formerly known as Bouncy has her name written on this whiteboard, as well as the names for all the other dogs and cats who have been adopted. And as the shelter continues to clear out, the hearts of many families become full. Brett Wheeler for City Source.
If you missed that event, keep in mind that there are always animals available for adoption Our Pets of the Week are coming up later on City Source. Now, another story for dog lovers. Ritter works at the Irving Police Department's Family Advocacy Center. We went to his birthday party to see the celebration and find out about the impact he is having.
Happy birthday to you.
It's the third birthday for Ritter.
Ritter is super sweet, very calm, very playful.
Really goofy.
Happy birthday.
The people here are celebrating with cupcakes. Ritter gets special dog goodies, gifts,
Oh, happy birthday.
and a lot of attention.
Good job.
Of course, not every dog gets such a big birthday celebration, but not every dog does what Ritter does. He's not always a party animal. He works here at Irving's Family Advocacy Center.
Having Ritter added a level of sophistication to what we do over here at the FAC that you don't know you're missing until you then get it.
I think initially our hope was just that it would create a more positive and enjoyable experience for clients who came into our center. I didn't realize that kids were going to be leaving here laughing.
That is a big impact because the children getting counseling and interviews here in these rooms have endured some awful times.
Physical abuse, sexual abuse, neglect, human trafficking. When they see him, immediately they light up, they relax, their shoulders relax. I don't want to say completely forget why they're here, but it definitely shifts the mood.
Tell me about an example of where Ritter made a difference.
I had one child who was very nervous and was just wringing her hands and almost not talking, almost at the point of tears. And once Ritter came in, she immediately relaxed. She got down on the floor.
Little kids that are telling him that they love him and that they want to see him again.
The team has a number of similar testimonials from Ritter's 9 months here. Last November, he graduated from Canine Companions for Independence in Irving.
Presenting Ritter today are his puppy raisers, the Winter family of the Woodlands, Texas.
The Houston area family that raised Ritter handed him over at the emotional ceremony. The Winters spent the first months of Ritter's life getting him used to a lot of people and potential distractions. They also taught him basic commands, which got him ready for advanced training.
You look very handsome.
The Winters family returned to Irving to see Ritter on his birthday.
It was great. He remembered us. It was really sweet.
It was kind of sad to see him after such a long time, but overall it was really nice to see him. He was enjoying what he was doing and making other people happy.
To be able to know that he's helping other kids our age and younger and just making such an impact and helping them just be happier and less stressed, I think it's so surreal to see him doing this kind of work.
Ritter, get.
The Winters got to see one way Ritter helps.
Hold.
Some of the things that he does that just brightens kids' faces is, we have snack bags for the kids, and he will carry those snack bags into the rooms for the kids, and they just think that is so neat and so fun.
That is so impressive.
And it turns out there is much more to Ritter's job than anyone expected.
It wasn't our intention that he would work with the staff, but we've seen lots of people come in and say, man, I have a bad day, I need to see Ritter.
Our employees are exposed to that same trauma through interviewing those victims. And so a lot of times they need to decompress and they need to clear their minds and come spend some time with Ritter enables them to do that.
Yeah, it's been a great benefit for everyone in the building.
Okay, buddy.
For the Winters family, seeing all that Ritter is doing makes the separation easier.
Yeah, I think about him a lot.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we hear so much is how do you give him up? And it's just the best feeling in the world. You do it again in a heartbeat, right?
Because I know not only is he helping a lot of kids, but he himself is still being his happy, goofy self.
Police badge on.
We thank them immensely. I am so glad that they were able to come and they can still see him and be part of Ritter's life and to see what he's doing, and it would not be possible without them.
And he goes from playing and being silly to a professional just like that.
So for all of the work he does and all of the love he gives, Ritter is getting plenty of rewards on this day.
Donut? Oh, because he's a police dog?
His favorite appears to be the doggy ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, that's so yummy, buddy.
And just about everyone who sees him leaves with a party favor. And he sheds.
He does. He absolutely sheds. Not good for a blue uniform at all. Because when Ritter's been around.
He does leave his mark, for sure.
Or another way to look at it is a dose of
Ritter glitter.
One way to remember the impact Ritter is making in Irving.
It's like best day ever.
In that story, you saw some of Ritter's graduation from last year. Those ceremonies happen 4 times a year on the campus of Canine Companions for Independence on Las Colinas Ridge in Irving. We were at the latest event, which featured the largest class since the campus opened. 16 teams of assistance dogs and handlers graduated.
It's wonderful to have the community come out to our graduation ceremonies. They are open to the public, they're free. It's a way for us to showcase the amazing work that's happening here.
Those ceremonies often get emotional. In one part, volunteer puppy raisers who started working with the dogs at just 8 weeks old turn in their dogs for advanced training. Then in another part of the ceremony, dogs that successfully completed that training graduate to go home with people who need their help, or they go to facilities, as you saw with Ritter at the Family Advocacy Center. The team at Canine Companions for Independence is always looking for volunteers to both help more people learn about the work happening in Irving and those willing to make a bigger hands-on commitment.
We have tons of volunteer opportunities. We're looking for a lot of people to help us with outreach, enhancing our awareness across the entire state. We've been here for a few years now, but we're still trying to build that awareness. But I think the biggest one is to raise a puppy. It's a big project.
Canine Companions also regularly host open house events to let people see some of the work happening there. Also, fundraising teams are already at work in advance of Dog Fest DFW. As we've shown you in past years, there's a fundraising walk, pet costume contest, along with other fun activities for dogs and children. This year's Dog Fest is on October 5th on the campus of Canine Companions in Irving. We have covered a lot of the events at Canine Companions since it opened here, and you can find the videos on our playlist at youtube.com/the City of Irving. Next up, we have another touching story of how community involvement is making all the difference. A Nimitz High School graduate is now headed to the University of Texas. She achieved the level of salutatorian while keeping her struggle private from most people. But she shared it at the moment when she was center stage, and it made a huge impact.
This is amazing. And
Sarah Escobar knew she was coming to the Dallas Marriott Las Colinas for a graduation party and some financial help for college expenses. But that's not the whole story.
She only knows that we've covered her deposit.
She is about to get bigger news than she expected.
She doesn't know that we are almost at her full tuition in money that we've raised. Where's the drum roll? We're at $9,200.
That surprise comes after she made some unexpected revelations of her own at graduation.
Hello, friends, family, and teachers. I've been homeless since September of 2017.
She delivered that speech as salutatorian, number 2 in her class at Nimitz High School.
When I felt that nothing I did would matter and no amount of effort I put forth would change my situation. But I'm still here, learning to endure the pain and enjoy the good days and still trying to make my impact upon this world.
Her words made a big impact.
I thought, I've got to write about this. It's such a story, it needs to be told. And so I went right home and wrote both in my Facebook and on the Dallas Morning News, and had an incredible response.
We've got to do something. I mean, this little girl needs our help, and if we're not there to help her, she's not going to go to school.
Members of the Irving Hispanic Chamber of Commerce started collecting money and gifts to help her get ready for the fall semester at the University of Texas at Austin.
That's the beautiful thing about Irving.
All of this attention is a big change from her days at Nimitz.
We stayed in a shelter for a few months. We stayed in a van for a few months, and we stayed in motels.
Throughout all of that, what motivated you to stay focused and still able to not only get your studies done, but excel?
Well, basically, if I didn't excel in all my classes, then I'm just gonna stay in the same situation I'm in right now. So I know that if I want change, then I'm gonna have to work for it.
When she found out she made salutatorian, she decided to share some of what led to some of her family's struggles as part of the working poor.
Sometimes it's because of bad decisions, and sometimes it's because of some inevitable fate.
When she gave her speech at graduation, I was embarrassed at first because I guess I wasn't expecting her to be so raw and open, you know. But then I was so proud of her that I just started crying.
I'm grateful for my upbringing. It has taught me to be humble, grateful even, but it's also motivated me to the extent that I will not be stopped.
Sarah hopes her story will inspire other people to see that they could also overcome adversity.
What's your message to these people and these donors out here tonight who are supporting you?
I'm so incredibly thankful for them. Like, I want to be them one day, you know. I want to have the financial stability to be able to reach out and help somebody else like me.
I just appreciate everything because basically they're doing everything for her that I wasn't able to do. That I've always wanted to do for her. They're making everything happen for her.
What are your career goals?
I really want to be a dentist. So after I major in biology and I graduate with my bachelor's degree, I want to try to get into dental school and get my doctorates in dental surgery.
Sounds like you have it all figured out.
Yeah, kind of.
Career goals all figured out and supported by hearts and wallets in Irving. So neat to see that. And at last check, the Irving Hispanic Chamber had collected about $12,000 in donations. When combined with financial aid she received, her first-year expenses will be covered. The Hispanic Chamber is still collecting donations, and those are sent directly to UT. A reminder that with classes back in session, it is time to watch for school zones and for children crossing streets on foot and on bicycles. TxDOT reports more than 750 crashes in school zones statewide last year. Irving police will be on patrol, checking for speeders and other traffic violations. Parents and guardians are also advised to only pick up and drop off children in the designated areas at each campus. Staying on the school theme, thousands of students started the academic year with the things they need. The annual campaign called Supplies for Success set out to serve more students than ever before. We got a behind-the-scenes look at some of the work that makes it all possible.
Binders and spirals and notebooks and crayons and glue sticks.
A sea of supplies for a bunch of backpacks.
There's a lot more that goes into this than people realize.
Yes.
My job right now is just sorting out the composition books.
I'm actually right here in this corner just cutting off the labels.
It is all part of getting ready to hand out Supplies for Success, an initiative of the Irving Schools Foundation and community partners.
So you've been counting each one of these?
Yeah.
We invited close to 17,000 students this year, which is double our number from last year. It's a pretty lofty goal.
Your fingers ready to count that high?
No.
To make it all work, teams will be working here at Irving High School for days.
It seemed overwhelming at first to hear how many backpacks we were going to stuff, 16 or 17,000. But there are so many volunteers here today, and we know more are coming later in the week.
Oh, that's good. We're going to have to eventually get in here.
When backpacks got tough to reach deep in a box, Ellen Bratton knew what she had to do.
Ellen, how did you get in there?
I saw you just hopping in that box.
Yes. Well, that's fine. I still want to be a kid. It reminds me of being a kid.
Some of these volunteers take on this project through their employers.
The Federal Home Loan Bank of Dallas that allows us the time to come out here and help with the community.
And others are Irving residents, even new ones, wanting to lend a hand.
So I did this back in India, and I just shifted here like 3 months back, and I found this opportunity. So I was really excited to go and help children over here.
They all work toward the same goal.
The bag is ready, so just boom, push off to school, that's it.
All of that sorting and counting leads to this.
Have your letters ready, group A only, have your letters ready.
Families are ready to get inside Irving High School to collect their supplies. Volunteers guide the way and inspire.
Some of these kids seem like they need a little extra bump, to get them going and let them know this is going to be your best year ever.
I tell the kids, the mamas, have a good smile on their face because they're going back to school.
A first stop for many is a quick pick with the Irving Fire Department mascot, Sparky.
Why is this an important cause, an important thing for the fire department to be a part of?
It's part of the community. It's an opportunity for us to give back to our community. So we spend the month of July collecting the school supplies, and then we spend time here during the event.
The fire department is among many agencies sharing information and giveaways here in what will quickly become a very crowded hallway.
We love it. We love to be here. We like to be able to meet people and engage them so that we can tell them about our services.
Students also have a chance to get dental and vision screenings.
There's a lot of kids that we find that need glasses. The screening allows them to either get glasses before school, or we can help earlier in the school year for them to get glasses through the Lions Club.
With all of that complete, it's time to head to the auditorium where students receive their backpacks full of supplies.
Got it? Thank you.
We're right in the middle of everything. What do you think of what you're seeing?
This is amazing, incredible, and it's just unbelievable, very exciting.
How much does this help to get these backpacks?
Wow. It really helps a lot. It's expensive and all this. I have 6 kids.
Volunteers work to keep the lines moving and meet every student's request.
The girls, they're picking the hearts, the unicorns, the boys, Avengers.
Even as they serve more students than ever before.
Every year our committee has said we can't do that number. It's normally in the 16,000 to 17,000 range. This year our committee decided we couldn't sleep at night thinking that we're turning away kids, so we said let's just invite all of them, and we're just going to pray that we can make it work, and we're making it work.
All of us had first days of school and can remember the jitters.
They lose sleep over not having the supplies, because I remember when I was a teacher and they didn't have that supply, it does bother them.
Now they have what they need.
All the school supplies.
They're ready for school. They're prepared.
Attendees next have a chance for some fun at Lively Point Youth Center.
We have all the fun things for the kids. We've got the bounce houses, space painters, the thing that every kid loves, immunizations. And then we have lots of fun city events. The city has their fire truck out there.
It's an opportunity again for us to be involved, engaged in the community, get to talk to some people, let the kids look at the equipment, let the adults look at the equipment, kind of get an understanding of what we do.
Hundreds of people work over several weeks to make all of this happen. Effort that recipients know will make a difference as this school year begins.
I'm excited for going to school. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and you may have noticed that it looked a little bit different than in years past. Ongoing construction at Irving High School forced organizers to reroute the path for all of those attendees. See more from Supplies for Success at the end of today's show. Improvements are underway at Irving's Mountain Creek Preserve. Crews are re-leveling the cricket field, or pitch as it's more accurately called. Flooding in recent years had caused it to sink in some spots, so they are moving in more soil. While the work is underway, a portion of the trail that goes around Mountain Creek Preserve will be closed so equipment can move in and out of the area. Mountain Creek Preserve is located at Nursery and Hunter Farrell Roads. You could be among the first to book a tee time at the new Irving Golf Club. The course opens on August 31st. Extensive renovation work at the municipal course, which was formerly known as Twin Wells, is just about complete. As we've shown you in our recent stories, the course has a new layout with improved irrigation and an updated clubhouse. Reservations are available now by calling 972-457-0772. Find rates and dress code information at cityofirving.org/1337. We'll bring you more coverage of the updates on an upcoming edition of City Source. Irving Water Utilities is upgrading the online portal system customers use to pay their bills. While the final step of that upgrade process is underway, the customer service office at City Hall will be closed and electronic payment systems will be offline starting at 5:30 p.m. on August 28th. Everything should be back to normal on September 3rd. During the time of the upgrade, water utilities will not cut off anyone's service for non-payment. The new system is expected to provide customers with an easier and more efficient way to pay their bills. The city is accepting applications from residents interested in serving on a range of boards, committees, and commissions. There are groups to match many interests from the arts, animals, tourism, parks, and more. A full listing with descriptions is available at cityofirving.org. Applications are available in the city secretary's office and on the city website. Those applications are due on September 27th, and the council will make appointments in November. Irving's Heritage House will be open for free guided tours on Sunday, September 1st at 3 and 4 p.m. The home, which was built in 1912, provides a glimpse into how life was back then for one of Irving's early families. The City of Irving completed some restoration work on the home earlier this year. The Heritage Society will also provide group tours by request. Keep Irving Beautiful is looking for volunteers for its annual Trash Bash. It's on September 28th from 9 a.m. until noon at TW Richardson Grove Park. It is held in conjunction with National Public Lands Day. Sign up at cityofirving.org/KIB. And with that, it's time for our Pets of the Week. So let's head out to the Animal Care Campus.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Pets of the Week. I'm Brett Wheeler with Michael Whiteside. And Michael, who do we have here?
This handsome young guy is Paco. He's about 1.5 years old, and he's been with us a couple months now. We have him listed, I believe, as a lab mix. He's a really friendly dog once you get to know him. He's a little timid. He gets a little nervous and a little paranoid with different sights and sounds. So, he's gonna need someone that is willing to spend some time getting him to trust people again. He was actually found, he originally came into Irving Animal Services as a stray, and we rescued him. So we don't know what his history is, but I would imagine he probably didn't have a really great history with humans. So it does take him a little bit of time to get comfortable and get to know you, but once he does, I mean, he's just one of the sweetest dogs that you can meet. You just need to be able to take a little bit of time with him to get him to open up to you.
All right, Michael, so now we have Walter, and let's hear about him.
Walter is a love bug, is really all you can say about him, except for the fact that he did end up in the shelter after being hit by a car. When he got here, he had a badly broken hip, a broken tooth, and some road rash, and then he also tested positive for heartworms. So he had surgery on his hip, which basically removed the head of the hip, and then he had a special surgery to fix his broken tooth, and then his road rash healed up pretty much on its own, and right now he is on heartworm treatment. So he's probably got about 3 more weeks before he's actually ready to go home. But even with all he's been through, it's pretty obvious that he is a human lover. I mean, he totally loves every person that he meets. He's one of the sweetest dogs, very friendly, doesn't seem reactive to other dogs. He is, again, just a big old love bug and a big lug sometimes too, right? Yes, he is.
All right, Michael, some people may recognize this cute girl right here, and we have Brownie. So tell me about Brownie.
Yeah, Brownie she's been with us a little while now, and none of us really know why it's taken so long for her perfect person to come along. She's a really, really sweet dog. She's in her kennel. When you walk by her kennel, she sits nicely at the kennel. Looks like just the sweetest dog that she is. When she's outside, she loves to run, she loves to climb on you, she loves to chase toys. Her favorite game is keep away. She likes to go fetch the toy, then bring it back, set it down in front of her, and wait for you to try to take it from her, and then she'll grab it and run off with it. Now, we don't think she's so good with other dogs, although when she did initially come into the shelter, she was actually in a kennel with another dog, and they seemed to get along fine. And then I believe she reacted to another dog at one point, which kind of labeled her as not good with other dogs. So I think, given time, she might do okay, but it's not something we recommend. We really think she should probably be an only dog, which is going to be fine for her because she really is just kind of a big lap dog.
Michael, Brownie will one day find that forever home. But this past weekend, a lot of other animals found their forever homes for Clear the Shelters. So tell me, how did Clear the Shelters go for you guys?
It was amazing. Here in our shelter for DFW Humane Society, we had 44 adoptions. I believe Irving Animal Services had about 90 or 95 adoptions the day of the event. Locally, with all the shelters involved, there were over 7,400 adoptions, and nationally, over 82,000 adoptions in a single day, which is amazing. So it was a fantastic event, as always.
There are a ton of great pets here at the Irving Animal Care Campus on the DFW Humane side, as well as the Irving Animal Services side. And I think events like that really help shine a light on who we have here. And so if you're interested in a pet, please come on out here. There are many, many animals who are looking for their forever home. So with that, I'll send it back to you, Thomas.
All right, thanks a lot. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on your screen for more adoptable animals. Here's what's coming up next time on City Source. Irving's Main Street Plaza is now open. We'll have coverage from the ribbon cutting celebration where city leaders talk about the impact they hope it will make. And we'll share the story of an Irving lifeguard with some big goals ahead. Hear what she gained from her years working for the city. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe and you can be among the first to see our videos when they are posted. Also, leave us some likes while you're there. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more from Supplies for Success. Thanks to everyone who's a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.